Bro, I'm recording.
What's going on?
I don't know. Everybody stop.
Iverson draws Jordan now. Watch this. Big, nice play.
Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Here they come, Philadelphia, on the run. Stand up and cheer. Number one, Philadelphia, here they come, team of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Here come the Sixers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Clap your
Williams in the penetration, and it's knocked away by Latumbo, but into the hands of Peterson. Antonio Davis.
Sixers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Stomp your feet, everybody.
We've been winning so much lately. That song is embedded in my head throughout my day. Just clap your hands, everybody. Stomp your feet, like Mama say. Stand up and cheer. Your Philadelphia 76ers are the hottest team in the NBA. Once again, another W, 7 wins in a row. Flaming hot. And even though I did bad on the over and unders tonight, as BG happily reminds me every time I do, which means
That's
he
okay,
probably
Carl. I did bad too.
you
2 days
did.
in a row. Oh yeah.
No, Jen, you got Maxey. You didn't get him beat. Oh, you didn't get the bench. Damn it.
She knows she counts it up. How about you, BJ? What happened with your?
I was 2-1. I picked Maxey to go over. I picked Embiid to go over, but he didn't get it, and I picked the bench to go over. So I picked 3 overs, and went 2-1.
So what was I? 1 and 2?
He was 1 and 2.
Which means you're 1 over me.
Jose was 0 and 3.
Ooh.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Mr. Joselitos and the basement. I wish I knew how to say basement in Spanish. And the basement. I don't know. But hell of a win tonight. I want to read off some stats. First and foremost, Joel Embiid once again.
Eighth 30-point game in a row.
In a row.
And it looks so No. I don't like that because that means like eight games in a row mean like 8 full games. It's more like 8 3/4 in a row because that boy don't play in the fourth no more. I love it.
Absolutely. Tyrese Maxey with a strong 28. I think he had about 20 in the first quarter or second quarter. Early second quarter, he had about 20. Just
you picked the under.
Murder she wrote. And
you picked the under.
Oh, let's move right past that. Tobias Harris, another solid game back to back.
I told you that game yesterday is giving him some confidence.
We're gonna need him. I see the people slighting him in the group, and he's the highest paid guy on the team. Listen, I'm gonna take a smidget off of what Jose said from time to time. It ain't that man's fault that he makes the highest amount on the team. He didn't give himself that contract. We gave him that contract, and we added players around him that were better offensively than him. There's no knock on him. He's filling a role right now. He can score more, but he's filling a role right now. So, and I feel like he's doing his job. He's doing his job. When he gets his 16 to 17 points with strong defense, Toby is doing his job.
I want to have a little chit chat real quick about that Daniel House, not freaking dunk, but man, he did that man dirty. That was a thing of beauty. I don't think that was a charge. I want you to tell me in the chat if you think that was a charge.
Please load that up in the chat.
I was in the middle of texting you something completely different, Jen, and then the dunk happened. I deleted the whole message and just typed house.
Yeah.
If it was any player with any type of star power in the league, that would have been a blocking foul, straight to the line, or it would have just been a no call. But the fact that it was House, they had to put the charge out there. I wasn't feeling it. It was not a charge. It was not a charge.
See Maxey with his little gallop down and then the
Yeah. I mean, they hate us because they ain't us. They hate us because they ain't us. So I believe I don't want to move too far past tonight. I'm not.
We can't move past tonight. We only been talking about the game for 3 minutes, Carl.
I was about
you already talking about who we got next? Can we give flowers?
No.
Can we say what we liked in the game?
Can I call the flower lady down? My big brother always liked to grind me up.
Bro, you was like, go to the next game. I don't want to look too far ahead. We didn't talk about this shit.
Because I'm seeing the 2 bull signs in my face right here. But let's whip out our flowers for tonight's game. The flower lady is here, like she just don't care. 7th game in a row with her bouquet out, and she wants to know, who does our flowers go to tonight? Talk to me, Jen.
There are so many flowers I would give. So many flowers I'd like to give, but since he keeps getting bad mouth left and freaking right, my flowers are going to Tobias Harris. Y'all need to keep the sourness to yourself. Thank you.
Tobias is definitely a good choice for the flowers tonight. If you hadn't picked him, Jen, I definitely would have picked him. And we don't like giving it to the same person.
Good thing there's lots of other choices out there.
There's a lot tonight. DeAnthony Milton had 6 steals.
He was on fire.
He had 6 steals. And he had a nasty boom. And he had a nasty boom after the steal. And he had a nasty boom after the steal. So I'm giving mine to DeAnthony Milton, man. I was down on him in the time that he was in the starting lineup, being inserted back in the starting lineup today because of no Harden. He stepped up. So the same way I always tell y'all, I'm gonna give the people I give negative energy to, when they do well, I'm gonna give them my positive. So shout out to Anthony Milton tonight. And Tobias Harris. He's my honorable mention because Jen took it. But definitely, I've been hard on you, Tobias, the last couple days, last couple games. Man, you showed up tonight, and I appreciate that.
Most definitely. And I misquoted. My stats weren't updated. But, I would like to give mine to. And this is because we're so top-loaded a lot of times. I don't want to skip the small guys. I feel like Shake Milton is starting to find his offensive groove back just a little bit. I'm noticing the last few games. We don't need a lot from him. But Shake, if you could come off the bench and give us 10 to 12 points, 10 to 14 points a game, that's going to be big come the playoff time. That guard that comes off the bench in the playoff time is key, especially with James having the ball in his hands so much. That guard who comes off the bench to take his place, it's going to be key. So I want to see Shake flourish in that backup point guard, whatever you want to call it, role. I need him to, man.
I promise that I'm not trying to put any luster on your flower. I promise. Me and Jen talked about this the other day. No, I promise. No, because I definitely love what Shake is doing. But me and Jen talked about the other day. Doesn't it seem like on offense, he's selfish. Like he takes really difficult shots for no reason. I love when he's aggressive, but does it not feel like sometimes he's over aggressive? Like, bro, why did you just do that? Like why did you just take that shot?
Well, and it's hard to say. He's a Larry Brown protege. He's the last guard that Larry Brown coached, and for him to have an undisciplined game.
Brown?
No, Larry Brown. SMU.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
It was the last team Larry Brown coached before he called it a retirement. And Shake was his last point guard that he coached. And for him to have went through a Larry Brown training school, it's pretty undisciplined. But I take that as him having a scoring mentality and him not knowing how many minutes or how many touches he's going to get from night to night. So when he gets the ball, he try to goes for his. But sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
Why Ashley snapping on Toby?
Damn. That's like a third game in a row. She been blowing it up against Toby. You know what I mean?
It on Toby.
No, Ashley, we cannot talk about that. We're trying to give Tobias some
good
positive
mojo.
energy.
Again, when he's bad, we're hard on him for a reason. Justifiably so. We can't think about the bad times when he has good games like this. He had a good game, so we're not going to talk about what he hasn't been. We're going to talk about what he was today, what he was to get us to our 7th straight win, what he was to get us our 48th win of the season. I'm focusing on the positives when need be. I refuse to think about the negative when they do positive things. I refuse.
It's okay. It's okay, Ash. Flowers to Maxie for sure.
I love this. I love this moment. Tracy, wait, I thought I was the only person that noticed that when Joe was at the free throw line and he high-fived the two Sixers in the lane, and then TJ walked past. He went to shake TJ hand. TJ tried to pull his hand away. Joe chased him and made sure he grabbed his hand. I love that, yo. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I hate you, but I love you.
I'm not going to lie, man. Out of most of the Sixers that was here during the process years, I feel like TJ McConnell still has a spot, a role on this team in the future as a backup point guard. He could still be here. He could still be here. I like him a lot, man.
But I wouldn't say he has a future with us. Like, what?
Look, the reason TJ went to the Pacers to begin with because
the money.
Paid.
He got the money,
and
he
he
got more minutes. At the time they were starting him at the time when they pulled him over there. So it is what it is.
I love TJ.
Let's bring up another guy.
He's such an underdog story.
Another guy.
Deadman played.
He played. That's all we can say.
Can we talk about the glaring elephant in the room again, though?
What's that?
Sitting on
the bench. Montrez, what did this man do?
I was about to put on some dreads tonight
and just do to
he just sitting on the bench.
He must have I don't know.
I feel like Doc came up to him like, look, bro, we paid you. So, you're not gonna play the rest of the year, but we paid you,
But what did he do? Did he
I
like
don't-
mess around with Doc's daughter? Like this had to be a serious offense.
I mean, that man came in his spot, the last few nights or so. He's come in on minutes that he would normally get. He took out B-Ball Paul prematurely just to put Dedmon in. That was a little wowzer.
But B-Ball was still on in the end of the game. I'm like, you could give him those minutes. There's no reason why you can't give him those minutes. You've got Korkmaz in there. Come on, man.
D'Anthony Milton even took a nasty foul for no reason to make sure Korkmaz got in because Korkmaz was standing at the table and it was just up and down, no stoppages. And D'Anthony Milton just took a random foul to get Korkmaz in. Like, I'm like, bruh, what? And Montrez just sitting on the end of the bench playing Sudoku on his phone.
The NBA is crazy sport. Professional sporting is crazy. You can go from a guy who's one of the first guys coming off the bench one year to getting, the bits and scraps of the minutes the next year. Korkmaz is a perfect story of that. He was in this bench rotation. Now he's barely in.
But the thing is, we didn't have the players to put
we didn't
ahead of court. Now we do. You see what I'm saying? We didn't have players to put in ahead of court the last 2 years, but now we do. So that's why he's But Trez was the sixth man of the year 2 seasons ago.
I know,
and he's like sniff the court in garbage time. We won by Doug, Carl.
I don't know. I feel like I need to speak to the manager again.
I mean,
Carl.
Yeah.
How about this? Next 5 days straight, me and you flood Trez's inbox and try to get him on the show.
I feel like he has a lot to say, BJ. I feel like he'll have a lot to say.
But the thing is, I don't think he'll ever say anything bad because we're on a playoff run. It's not going to say he might say the words, "I think I deserve to be out there," but he wouldn't talk bad about the organization or Doc live simply because we're on a playoff run. You can't knock what's working. We're winning, but damn, the people really do want to know. The people really do want to know what the hell you did. We want to know what happened.
But to be totally honest, though,
did you go to his house on All-Star Weekend and told him that his wife couldn't cook? Like what happened?
Possibly.
What happened?
Did he interrupt his golf game?
To be totally
we gotta
honest,
start a whole movement, free Trez, like free Britney.
I mean,
come on.
free Trez in whose detriment though? Free Trez in whose minutes is Trez going to get? Riddle me that. Is he taking?
Carl. I don't want him to get anybody minutes.
What is that going to do for him?
By a dub.
Right. But what's that going to do for him?
We've been winning the last couple games where everybody on the team played. Carl, I'm not asking him to take Paul Reed's minutes. I'm not asking him to take Embiid's. Where is he at in garbage time? I'm going to be totally
James
honest. Springer been getting called up from the Blue Coats for a year, 2 years straight, and he gets in the game.
Yo,
how does he not get in?
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I may be wrong. I may be right. This guy has a lot of pride. Like you say, he was the sixth man a year 2 years ago. I feel like there was a conversation had with him and Doc. If you're not going to have me back up center, just don't play me. Just don't play me. He doesn't want to be dumbed down to garbage minutes after being the sixth man of the year 2 years ago. Don't play me. If you don't see a role for me coming right off the bench, don't play me. I got that being said, man. Honestly. And I feel like after that,
speculating.
I'm speculating. He's not getting in the game, and he's not upset about it.
On free Trez campaign.
Well, put the t-shirt on, Jen. Put the t-shirt on. Get you some Trez dreads.
Yes. Now I'm not gonna do any cultural appropriation, but I'll wear my Trez shirt. Free Trez.
Get you a Trez shirt. Get you a Trez shirt.
Anyway.
And to be told, BJ. Well, it's okay. He'll be all right. But saying that to say, we're winning. We're winning. We're winning at a high clip right now. We are rolling on all cylinders, Jen. With that being said, we have a few games coming up. We have Chicago back to back. Coming up. How are you feeling about that potential matchup? BG and Jen, how are you guys feeling about Chicago back to back?
Before I answer that question, I just want to say I love this. Trez is being saved for the playoffs.
Hey, maybe.
That's funny. Chicago, we've already. I don't think we're going to have any struggle with Chicago. I really don't. We haven't had any struggle with them in a while. I don't think they're playing particularly great basketball right now. Like they're winning.
They got some awful news too.
I'm looking now. They haven't been playing great lately at all. So we shouldn't have no problem with them. I remember everybody said we had the roughest schedule after All-Star break.
It's after Chicago that's going to be the rough schedule. That's when we're looking.
Why?
Why? Just because we got that West Coast trip with Golden State, Denver.
Remember last time we spent a week out west. Remember what we did? Remember what we did to that? Remember when we did to that?
And I think we can do it again. Doesn't mean it's easy. It's hard.
Easy.
It's hard. We want it to be hard. Be battle tested, and then we're gonna come back here. We're gonna play the Milwaukee Bucks and the freaking Celtics.
Jen, to be totally honest with you, I'm not scared of that West Coast swing at all. But when we come back off that West Coast swing, that Raptors, that Bucks, that Celtics, that Miami run, that Atlanta run,
easy.
I don't care about
right
Atlanta.
into Brooklyn.
I don't care about Atlanta.
Food.
There's 12 games left. I'm not really, I think we're doing things that I've never seen us do before, to be honest with you. I mean, this team is playing at a different level right now.
They are, Jen, to be totally honest.
This is definitely the best basketball we've played in March in a long time. Like, we really look like we haven't had to play starters outside of Maxey, because Maxey had to run the second lineup and the first lineup tonight. But outside of like Tobias and Maxey, we haven't had to play starters in the fourth quarter in the last 4 games.
I know.
Right.
You know how key that is for Embiid to
just
sit here for 12 minutes?
You know how key.
Just laughing, having fun.
You know how key it is for Harden to be able to have the luxury to sit out a game and have Maxey
and we win by 20
in that role. Flourish in that role.
How your second best player, league leader,
Bucks, right?
League leader in assists, second best player on the Sixers can sit out and we win by 20. We is a problem, dog. This might be fate, y'all. 76 season of the NBA. The 76ers got a really, really, really good shot of hoisting that Larry O'Brien trophy, man. They got a really good shot.
And you could definitely give all the praise to PJ Tucker.
Huh?
Did you see him on the bench today with his little hat on backwards, a little giggling, just sitting there? He was
feeling good.
You can see the difference between game PJ and like relaxed PJ.
Yeah,
totally different. But he is locked in.
Look at what Abdul just posted. We're 36-10 since we started 12-12.
Since we started what?
Bananas.
12-12.
Oh.
Bananas.
Yeah, we don't want to think about that.
36-10.
We just pretend that was last season.
December to now has been very nice to the Phillies. And bro, think about the 10 that we lost. Think about the games we blew the lead, or the games we lost at that Boston game when Tatum made that shot and then Embiid made a 3. Like, we could easily be like 40-6 since then. Like, easily.
Embiid made that 70 freaking foot shot. That's still.
Blake, you know what? Blake, you know what? I kind of agree. I hate to admit it because, don't get me wrong. We live in a microwave era. We live for now. We live for points. We live for what you do for me. What you do. What can I see in the stat sheet that you just did for me? And we don't see it every night from PJ, but we can see the effect he's had on these starters. The grit that he plays with. I cannot. PJ do the things that don't show up on the stat sheet.
He
I'll
does.
go ahead and say it.
He
He
does.
actually does do it.
He does.
Yeah.
Especially that. What was that last game when I can't count how many balls he kept. Pause. Not last game before last, where he just kept every possession alive. I'm like, how does 6'5" dude on the offensive glass like this? And he looked amazing that game 2 games ago. That wasn't last game because it was a game Tobias didn't play well. So yeah, with PJ Bristol, I noticed it. We don't need scoring out of our 5th option in the starting lineup. We got 4 guys that can all score 30 if they played their best. We got 4 guys that can score 30 at their best. Well, Embiid can score like 70 at his best. Harden can score like 40 at his best. Max can score like 30 at his best. Tobias at his best, like outrageous Tobias game will be 30. So we got 4 guys that can fill up the stat sheet. We didn't need to add a Kevin Durant type player in PJ's position. No. We don't need it. We needed somebody to do the nasty, dirty, gritty
we
stuff.
Needed a George Lynch. We needed a George Lynch. We needed a dirty guy. We needed
George Lynch made more. George Lynch made more open threes than PJ.
He did. But George Lynch could cover 1 through 5 if needed be. George Lynch, was strong, but he lacked in size, height wise. He added the strength onto the game. How does PJ make those extra plays? He's pretty damn strong. So solid, man. Solid.
All right.
Said. Go ahead,
we got 12 games left. I want to know what y'all think we're going to do with these
11-1.
Oh,
look at the schedule.
11-1.
Carl said 11-1, and Mike dropped it.
I'll let you know. Hold on, I'm pulling up the schedule right now. If I gotta be fast, put up my phone or it won't because it's pulling up my laptop.
You can all answer in the chat too.
Would I be surprised? I wouldn't.
You're breaking up a little bit, PG.
Oh damn, we are playing really good basketball. Damn. What about you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you just break up a little bit here and there.
We definitely are playing excellent basketball. We're doing the little things.
We got Bulls. I'm counting both Chicago's as a win. I'm counting Warriors as a win. I'm counting Suns as a win. I'm counting Nuggets as a win. So that takes us to 7-0 right now. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. I could see us going on a 12-game win streak. The Bucks game in Milwaukee, I can see us losing. We beat the Celtics finally. We beat the Heat. We beat the Hawks. We beat the Nets. 11-1, Carl.
11-1.
Only team we'll lose to is Milwaukee. We'll lose to Milwaukee in Milwaukee, I think.
Because the stretch run we got to go to.
I think is exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 11-1.
I can really see 11-1. Worst case scenario. I'm talking about worst case scenario. I would say 9-3. Worst case. There's no way we lose more than 3 games to end the season. Just looking at that, there's no way. We owe the Celtics an ass whipping. We owe the Celtics an ass whipping.
Hey, Craig, I feel like Denver mentally isn't the same team that Denver was earlier on in the season, man. They've lost some brutal games against some bad
They've lost
teams.
To everybody.
Yeah. And
I'm with you, BG. I'm thinking 9 well, you're saying worst case scenario 9-3. I'm thinking it's going to be 9-3.
Okay.
Just because I have
You're a realist. You're a realist. You realize it's very hard to go. It's very hard to go 11-1 in 12 games, and I respect that. It's very, very hard. But when I look at that schedule, I think we sweep the Bulls in that home and home. I think we do that. I think we
I definitely think that's happening.
I refuse to say we're losing to the Celtics on the 4th. Like let's just
I'm thinking maybe Toronto.
Toronto could be one of those games that's like, damn, what happened?
So and maybe Miami.
We owe them too. But I think we beat the Warriors. I think we beat the Suns. I think we beat the Mavs. I believe it.
Are y'all thinking Doc will let Embiid sit 1 or 2 games in this next 12-game stretch?
The Chicago back-to-back. Second game of Chicago, he won't play.
Okay.
I think how about tonight? I think tonight's back-to-back was a scheduled sitting for Harden.
Yeah.
And Chicago's back-to-back will be a scheduled sitting for Embiid.
And that works out. Yeah. As long as both of them aren't out, we're good.
Hey, if
I can
things
see
work out the way
that,
we
and
want it to
then
work out, the last game of the season, they could all sit down for all I care. If we got the
yeah,
if we locked up at 2 or 1.
they're playing Brooklyn, so I'll just sit.
Listen, man, don't think we don't see y'all out there. The numbers have
We
been
do.
astronomically
Who else?
high
We got
tonight.
We
10-2.
didn't
We got
address a lot of
9-3,
comments.
9-3.
We didn't put a lot of comments on the screen today. I think we was just very, very in tune with the game, and with this post game, we was very hype about the win. So we do apologize if we didn't get to your comment, but we always see everybody's comment. We always think about everybody's comment. We just don't put all of them on the screen. We just can't at all times. But we appreciate it. Y'all know we appreciate it.
Most definitely. I want to show some love to a few people before we get off. Yashika Johnson, what up, though? Jamar, Prophet, Abdul, S. Dot, the usuals. Philip McDowell, what up? That's a new name. I don't know. Welcome to watching us. S. Dot again. Blake Lee, Sheik, Craig, less sources from YouTube. Raheem Hands, my brother. Tracy, as usual. We see all of you guys. Ganero, just to point out a few. Mort, my guy, Greg, straight from 23rd. You know what I mean? What up, though?
He said no Ben Simmons.
I know, right?
I love Greg, though. I love Greg.
Millie
never
Milton.
gonna let that man live.
Millie Milton in the house. Just wanted to shout out a few. And if for those who don't know how to find us, how to go about finding us. Ashley, what up? Sorry. Look on top of the screen.
Ashley.
Ronald Gross, what up? Brad Hall, what up? You will notice that we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. We depend on word of mouth advertisements. So, Jen, tell them how they can find us.
We are, like he said, on all these platforms, and y'all are in our chat here under different platforms. So if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. If you're on Facebook, give our page a like. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, subscribe to our channel. Give us a 5-star review. We love y'all.
Most definitely. And if y'all didn't understand that in English, we have our Spanish extraordinaire, BG. Put it in the air.
No te olvide. Que la diga un amigo. Que la diga un amigo. Que la diga una amiga.
Wepa. These Sleep Sixes is out.
Let's
love
go
y'all.
Sixes, man. We'll see y'all on the 20th. What day is that? What's the date? The 18th. 2 days. Monday. We'll see y'all Monday against Chicago. Let's go Sixes.